Well, I just heard the news today. It seems my life is going to change. I close my eyes, begin to pray, then tears of joy stream down my face with arms wide open. Under the sunlight, welcome to this place. I forgot how it goes. I'm pretty sure I sang it wrong, but I've been obsessed with that song recently. And I'm only obsessed because I saw a video around Christmas time, or I think it was after Christmas, of the Grinch singing it. It was like some Grinch like guy or whatever singing it. And it was pretty funny. So I was like, oh, sorry about my running nose. It just started running. Like I was good all morning and just started running. But anyway, yeah, I saw the video of the Grinch singing it, and I was like, "Yo, it's kind of funny," and I actually like the song. Let me listen to it. Let me listen to it. So that's what I'm doing right now. Well, not like so. This episode, I wanted to do more of like a rant because the last two episodes I did were more like um serious, I guess, especially the last one. And when I was listening back to it, I was like, "Dang, there's like a lot I didn't say that I wanted to say." But maybe I'll go back to that one later in the future because, like I told myself, I'm going to stick to this. I bought all the shit to make a podcast. And when I say all the shit, I mean I just got a mic, a $30 mic from Amazon that's not even that good. I mean, you're doing your best, sweetie, but you can do a little better, you know? And right now I have a sock over the mic. Hopefully, I'm not entirely sure how I'm gonna go about making it sound better. Maybe if I get like a better mic. Like this is all just for fun. So I really don't care. Like I don't care. Like my goal is to get at least 10 views a video and I've only got that one on my first video and it's been like a week. But like I said, I'm doing it for fun, so I don't care. My goal this year is to finish my book. It really is. And it's funny I haven't even started yet, but I'm going to. I started one last year. I didn't finish it because I realized it was kind of stupid. Like it makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense the way I wanted it to go. Okay, I'll tell you. It's about this woman who was kind of based off of me, my personality, and she goes back home. She used to live with her dad, and then she moved out to the city after she graduated college, and she comes back home because her dad had passed, and she has really like she's not close with her other family. She doesn't have any siblings that she knows of, and it's now that her dad was extremely homophobic, but she loved him so much because he was a good man. The only bad thing about him was like he did not want his kids to be gay, and a little like he was mainly like more on the right side of politics, if you get what I'm saying. He owned a very well off construction business, and now she has to inherit that. So she has a choice if she wants to go back to her job as like, I don't know, maybe like a lawyer, or like, I don't know, maybe something big, not too big, maybe like an editor or something. And she has a choice now of staying there or going back to New York and being working under someone else so she could take over her dad's company, and maybe thinking about opening her own company with, the money from her dad's company. And she also happens to fall in love with somebody who she had a crush on in high school. I know, I know, I know. I hate those, but I love it. I love it. I might stick to it. I might stick to it. Freaky. I'm gonna finish it because I already got chapter 2 or 3 out the way. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna finish it because my cousin's been begging me to read it, and I know he will give me his honest opinion about it. So I'm gonna finish it. I want to write like short stories because, like I said, I love books with like woman loving woman and some, all that good stuff in it. But I uh I like him short because I can read more. But then like I mean, obviously I want to make some like longer ones because then if I read all the short ones, there's nothing left. But I want to do that. I want to go to there. But yeah, that's what I want to do. And I'm I feel motivated saying my story out loud. Maybe that's all I had to do to make it sound good. because I thought it sounded kind of dumb, but now I hear it and I'm getting ideas of what I can do. So y'all might, see my book coming out hopefully within no later than the end of the year. And I'm gonna have to do it for free because I don't know how to do all this publishing stuff. That's why all my episodes are on YouTube because I don't. I tried to put it on Spotify and it was like I need to buy like airtime or something like that. And I was like, what the hell is this? I thought air was free. What the hell, bro? I don't know what to do. So screw it. I'm just gonna be chilling on my own, like doing this on YouTube because why not? I mean, I don't have to do all this other stuff because it's honestly too much work. And my last episode, I'm still struggling with my fucking taxes, bro. It's so hard. I think we might have to hire an accountant. I have to text her today too. Damn. Anyway, so yeah, life is going not so good for me, and that's okay because at least I have the ability to make myself better, and that's what I'm grateful for. I got some bad health diagnosis, but the good thing about it is hopefully because I've started recently changing my diet and working out, I can hopefully reverse what's happening to me. And at first, I thought it was like when I went to my doctor's appointment, I thought he was like, "Oh yeah, it sounds like you have this," but then he he told me I got something. I was like, "Oh, whoa, 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 this sounds serious. You're telling me I might die? Should I just give up now? Should I just give up? What's the point?" But I'm not gonna think that way. I'm going to try to be healthy. I've been being healthy. Like I ate some chips the other day, and that was like the first thing that I ate that was junk food. And it felt so delicious. I love chips. I just love chips. But they're high in carbohydrates, and that turns into sugar, and I don't need that in my body right now. So I ate maybe about two handfuls of chips, and that was it. And it was that same day when I ate those chips, I was like, I'm doing so good with my diet. Maybe I could just get a little bit of chips, moderation. And I grabbed some the Takis kettles. Oh my God. These ones were good. It's really hard for me to find, like, I don't know how they make chips, but some bags will taste better than the other. So I've not been eating Takis kettles because they are not good, but sometimes they will be good. This, thank the Lord, these were good. Thank goodness these were delicious. So it felt good, it was a little cheat and it was actually pretty good and worth it. And that's one thing I have to practice is if I don't like something, I'm not gonna eat it because if anyone knows me, they know if even if I don't like it, I'm still gonna eat it because that's just how I grew up. Eat what's on your plate. So that's what I'm gonna work on. And I'm also gonna work on stop eating when I'm not hungry. If I'm full, I'm full, but it's how I grew up. I had to eat every little bit of food on my plate or I'm just gonna imagine getting in trouble. But anywho, it's a whole other thing. But yeah, I ate a little bit of chips and my doctor messaged me. It was like he had messaged me at 11 in the morning and I saw the message at 11 at night. And when he messaged me and told me what was wrong with me, all those organs in my body that he told me was like getting damaged, I just felt them burning up. And I was like, no, because my body will do that. Like my brain if you say oh your arm is like dying, then my arm is gonna like the second you tell me that my arm is gonna start tingling and I'm gonna be like, oh my God, it really is. Well, obviously you just said it would be, but you know what I mean, like I will just you know I'll make myself feel that even more. So but yeah, my depression has gotten worse. My uncle told me about this app called um Finch or whatever, like you take care of a bird, and I mentioned that the last episode, I believe. And I was like, I don't really want to take care of this bird. I don't even want to take care of myself. And I'm still doing it every day. I'm taking care of this bird that I don't have any feelings for. And I put on a cute outfit on her and thinking maybe I might. I still don't give a shit about her. But I'm doing it because it's something that I can do every day and try to better myself. I don't want to do it, but I'm forcing myself to do it because I know it will help me in the long run. So I'm, like I said, I'm just trying every day to wake up and be glad that I'm alive and that I actually have the ability to reverse my health. So Yeah, I went on a walk yesterday and I was talking to my cousin. I was talking his damn ear off, all right? My cousin, he lives with us. He's a pretty chill dude. And I know he does like conversations, but I'm sorry. I'm always talking. And you would think as much as I talk, I would have friends. I've been told this. As much as I'm always talking and saying dumb stuff or like being like outbursting a lot, I would have friends. No, I don't. And it's because if someone talks to me, I just get nervous and I shut up. Unless I know this person. So like when I was talking to my cousin, I was just yapping his ear off, talking about the most dumb shit. Last time we walked, I was just talking about a whole bunch of political stuff because it just baffles me how people can be brainwashed so easily. Like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean somebody said they were going to do something and then they say they don't do it and then they do the opposite of what your like politics believe in? Like, I don't understand. I like, how are you so brainwashed? But I'm not going to get into that. I'm not because people just don't want to accept education, and that's fine because like I said in second episode, I used to be similar. I used to just believe whatever was told to me and I would accept it as a truth. But as I got older, I realized the real world is scary and that there comes many truths with growing up. So I have to accept every, like if it's factual and there's facts, I'm going to accept it. I'm not going to accept word of mouth anymore. So that's me. That's all I'm going to say on that. It just feels good to be able to say that I grew up, had an education, and honestly, I'm a bigger person, physically and mentally. But I'm working on that. I'm working on the physical part, all right? I haven't weighed myself in a while. So, because I was weighing myself and I'd see my body weight would fluctuate and I just got tired of it and I was like, don't let this fool your mind. Like, step on the scale once a week and you can actually see the progress. And I was like, okay, we're gonna do that. And that's what I'm doing. But I haven't stepped on the scale honestly since maybe Monday, and it's Lord, when what day? Oh, it's Thursday. Yeah, I haven't stepped on it since Thursday. So, it's Thursday. I haven't stepped on it since Monday. All right. So, all that being said, I honestly feel very unhinged recently, and it's not chill. My upstairs, my mental is not chill. And I hate it because this is the worst. I feel like this is the worst I've ever been because this year has not been my year. And I know it's only January 20 or January 23rd and the year just started. But this year has not been my year. Okay, so first let's start off. January 1st, got a speeding ticket and I realized that I know I wasn't speeding. I know I wasn't speeding. Why? Because if my car goes over 75, it starts shaking really bad. Really bad. And the patrol person, whatever, it was like, the trooper was like, you were going 79. And I was like, oh, I was? I didn't know that. And also, I was listening to Pearl Jam, so I mean, I do get a little emotional when I listen to it, and I was just ready for my goals and stuff for the year that I set for myself. So I don't know, I can't really tell you. I didn't look at the speedometer, but I can tell you for sure that going over 75 makes my car shake because my tire on the left is flat and have yet to put air in it. So I'm just putting that out there, and when I talk to a lawyer, I'm gonna have to talk to him about that. So, what else? Well, let's see. What else happened? I'm just like going blank right now because I'm so stressed about that. I don't want my insurance to go high. Um, my health got really bad. Like I had to keep going to two doctors for two separate reasons. Now I know like what's wrong with me, but at least I can fix it. At least I can fix it. And don't even get me started on my taxes, bro. It is stressing me out really bad. Like I wanted to cry yesterday because I don't know what the hell to do, and I bought QuickBooks thinking it would help me, but I don't know what to do. Ugh. So anyway, I'm just gonna ignore that. I'm just gonna ignore that and hopefully get an accountant who works on QuickBooks to do all that for us, no matter how much it costs. So anyway, and I say that like I have money, but trust, trust, I don't have money. I'm not one of these rich people that be like, oh, I'm poor, but yeah, I'm over here buying a whole bunch of dumb shit that I don't need. No, I literally only have like $3 in my bank account, and you would think, oh, you have a small business. No, sweetie. My business account lost a lot of money. It's like really hard right now for me. It's really it's just really hard, and that's why I want to do this podcast so I can feel like I have someone to talk to while practicing how to talk to people. And when I say practice talking to people, I don't mean like, oh, hi, how are you? No, I mean like actually having a good conversation. Actually, you sometimes you'll hear me talk about something and I'll immediately cut off and then forget that I had something to say about the first thing that I was going to say, if that makes sense. So that's why I want to do this, because out of everything that's going on in this month, I can at least say that I'm trying to hold on by a thread. Enough of that sad stuff. I try to get AI to help me with this episode. Look, I got my iPad out. I don't know if you can see, but yeah, I got. Well, no, you can't see because I don't have any freaking video. There's only audio. Anyway, so you can hear my dog trying to get in. I don't know why she wants to get in, but I used AI to help me with this episode, and not like in a cheating way, but more of a how to anyway, sorry that I was rudely interrupted by my dog. But yeah, I use AI in a way that would help me have something to actually talk about. And it was just talking about grocery stores and stuff. So I'm not really exactly sure that I don't know how I'm gonna use this. But it was just like saying opening rant, relatable story, conspiracy segment, and then it gives you like a summary of what I should say. Not exactly like lines, but a paragraph of like an idea, like of what things I should talk about. And it's crazy. And then I asked, oh, can you give me like a better example? And it only went into more depth of what it said in the previous response. So I'm not gonna use it, but hopefully I'll toy around with it and try to get it to give me an idea. So I'm just saying that right now, that this video, technically I did ask for help on AI, but I didn't use it because it's kind of not what I want to bring. Because I remember I said last episode, I'm very high energy, I'm very chaotic, I'm very unhinged, but all that is gone right now because I'm depressed. What more do you want from me? I'm trying. Dang. Every day I wake up and I try to come up with an idea, and I know I told myself that I would have a good idea for this episode, but I didn't, because I didn't even think about it, because after I closed my laptop after publishing the video on YouTube, I just completely forgot about it. And I started I couldn't go to sleep last night because I was stressing about the taxes. Literally every time I woke up I tossed a turn, and I was like, oh my god, the taxes, I don't want to go to jail. I don't want to go to jail. I don't know. I've seen the food in jail. I don't want to go there. Half of my family, oh, I'm pretty sure half of my family has been to jail. And I don't want to eat the food. I just heard it looks like beef stew, but not beef stew. It looks like throw up, and I don't think I can do that, honestly. But then it wouldn't be so bad if I did go. Maybe if it was like a year or two, I wouldn't mind, because I would have a sense of routine. I would have someone taking care of me in a sense of having like like a routine basically, and be it. And I heard that the one close to me, they give you iPads, so who knows? Who knows? Who knows? And maybe I'll have a Orange is the New Black kind of thing going on over there. I remember when I watched that show for the first time, I wanted to go to jail so bad. I have never wanted to go to jail more in my life than when I watched Orange is the New Black. Because I honestly thought it would be like that. I thought that I would have a girlfriend in jail. But no, I finished it and I realized, oh, hell no, is what I was thinking. No, I'm good. I'm fine. Totally fine. I do not want to go to jail, sweetie. I'm good. But low key, I kind of do though, because like if I went to jail and Alex Voss was there, psh, sign me up. Sign, I know that doesn't. If I went to jail and Alex Voss was there, I was obviously I would have to sign up. But I'm saying, like, girl, I would be like, hey. But if they would, I don't know where they will put me at, because I know in the jail in Orange Is the New Black, they put you based on what your ethnicity is. Me, I don't know where the hell they would put me at, honestly. Because I know they put the half Asian girl and the half white girl into like a random cell, I think. I can't really remember, but me, they would probably just throw me in the Hispanic one because they're racist like that. Because I do have dark hair, so. And if you were to look at me, I've been told by my family, if you look at me, you would just see, and I quote, whitewashed. And I don't understand how that's a word. Like, I get how they say it, see me as that, but honestly, I don't feel like that. But then when I see people on TikTok posting about, like, the chancla, or their mom saying, "Oh, this guy's gonna get you," or whatever, and it makes me feel like, oh, maybe I did grow whitewashed, because, like I said, I know how to. Don't get me wrong, but I know how to cook some good country breakfast. All right, but if you were to ask me to make, like, mole, or like I don't even know, like, tacos, or if you were to ask me to make any Mexican dish, I would probably, like, I don't know. Like, I'd probably have to go on YouTube or something. And I feel very, like, not good because of that. It makes me sad, but there's no excuse for me not to learn. Honestly, I'm over here, like, blaming my mom, when in reality I could teach myself. And that's why I need me a good Latina woman to show me the ropes. I need her to show me every Mexican thing that I've missed out on growing up. When I was a kid, you know what I did? I didn't get La Chancla. I got to go outside and pick a switch. Pick a switch so I can get my ass whooped. That's how I grew up. So, or the bell really was scary. And I used to think to myself, oh, if I were to have kids, I'm gonna beat their ass if they do something dumb. And then I think, hey, girl, that didn't work on you. You were still doing dumb stuff, and you knew you were gonna get your ass beat if you didn't do the right thing. So I think that's not gonna work. I think the only way I would hit a kid, my kid, is if they hit me first. I'm like, oh, who the hell you think? And I'm not doing it in a, oh, who do you think you are? I'm your mother. No, I'm doing it not in, like, a self-defense way, but I'm doing it more like this is how it's gonna be. You're gonna hit me, I'm gonna hit you back. Like, to show that, actions have consequences. And I know I would get my ass beat, so that's why maybe I would need a strong Latino woman if they want to go with me. Anyways, I know she would beat. Why am I talking about this? This makes no sense. I would never beat my child up like that. I would probably, honestly, realistically, break down and cry if I had a son and he hit me. I would cry. I would break down and cry, because that would hurt my feelings a lot. I wouldn't. Why would I say I would be? My God. See, this is what I mean. Like, sometimes I'd be saying the most dumbest stuff ever. Like, I walked into my cousin, he was playing the game, walked into the room, and I just saw he muted the mic. And I was like, bro, why the fuck did you mute the mic when I walked in? And he was like, because you be saying the most out of pocket shit sometimes. And I was like, oh, oh, okay. I see how it is. You just can't handle the truth, buddy. You just cannot handle the freaking truth, dude. But I understand what he means, because sometimes I be saying, and when I say out of pocket, I don't mean like racist stuff. No, I be saying like some weird ass stuff. And I'm not gonna say anything because I don't even think I can say it on here, but I do be saying some weird stuff. Like, oh my God, one time I was talking to my cousin, right? We pulled up to the gas station. I had my window down because it was summer, and I pulled up beside this car. And I used to have this thing where I said last summer, if something was so good, I would be like, "Oh my God, whoever made this needs their if you know what I'm saying, if you can understand that. Whoever made this is so good. Put on your pants, right? That's what I'd be saying if you can get what I'm trying to say." And we were talking about something we ate, and I got out the car and I said, yeah, it's so good. I just wanna, huh, huh, huh. And this guy was in the car beside us, and he just looked out. I was like, what the hell? And I was, oh shit. I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. And then I just walked away. He looked at me like he's disgusted. I'm like, shut the hell up because you're driving a car that has a busted windshield. So I don't know what's going on in your life, but you have no right to judge me right now because I said some out of pocket shit that was not meant for you. So I understand where he's coming from when he says that. I forgot what the hell I was talking about. Of course I did. Of course I did. But yeah, hopefully this weekend will be better for me. I can't go anywhere because my car. Oh, that's another thing that happened in this month. My car is fucking up. My car is fucking up, so that's kind of sad. But I I the only time I remember ever really feeling this way was a week before I graduated high school. I felt like, okay, like I'm done. I'm done being a kid and now I have to be an adult. What do you mean? I went to go walk at a park and I wrote in my journal because I was so, yes, I have a journal. So what? So what? I don't write in it all the time. I'm only writing it when I'm depressed. And I'm too depressed to write into it right now. And I wrote in my journal and I was just really wanting my stepdad who passed away because I feel like I'm gonna say this because I'm not gonna send this to anybody in my family, but I feel like I'm so depressed and I've reached out to a few people and all they're giving me is words and advice that I've heard before. And I know I have to fight this thing on my own, but it's like I don't want to fight it on my own. You know? Like I feel like I've been in situations with other family and they've been in the same position as I have and I've dropped everything just to go be with them and I'm not getting that. And I just admitted to them that I feel so alone. And it's not funny, but here I am continuing to be alone. Oh, I don't want to make myself cry, but if you get that, you get that. Like I I just feel so like alone and my stepdad honestly if he were here I know he would do something. He was a tough love kind of guy and I know if he was here he would have maybe shown me the love part of that in a sense of maybe helping. Like if you were here, honestly, I don't think I would have been in the position I am right now. I feel like I would have been more better. Like my life would have been completely better because he would not have let me choose the path that I did. Bruh, I had to cut the mic, cut the cameras, cut the cameras. I had to cut the mic because I didn't want to start crying. But yeah, like I was saying, my stepdad, chill guy, miss him, RIP. No, you wouldn't. No, I would be living a better life if you were here. Just gotta say that. Probably wouldn't even know what the word depression was if you were still here. But anywho, I sometimes I think about my life and think about maybe I should have gone to college. Maybe I should have gone to New York to college. No, I'm still here in the South, still miserable. It's just I don't know. Maybe I don't know. But I gave myself this year to get my shit together, honestly, and just be more think of my plan is what I wanted because I had a 5-year plan. That was kind of like 3 years ago. And the ending of my 5-year plan was to get the hell out of this state because I don't want to be here anymore, which made me a little sad because the other day my dad was talking about like, oh, I know everybody's gonna have to move on and do their own thing soon. And I was like, what? He's like, I'm not gonna be sad because you guys are gonna be close and I just know I have my family close. But I have one brother who lives like I think a day or two away from us in another state. And I have a sister who lives uh, an hour away, I believe. I think it's like 50 minutes to an hour. So it's not that far for me. And she recently moved out because I still live at home. Like my brother and my sister too, we all lived at home up until my sister moved out because she got a little boyfriend. And now it's just my brother and I, and my dad and my cousin. Which, I mean, some people look at it as weird, but to me, it's not because this is part of my culture. Like, I'm not married or anything. So, I mean, sometimes I do want to be living by myself, but at the same time, it's like, not really because I don't like to be alone. So I'm happy. My dad don't care. So, and plus we have a good system going on here where cuz we have a lot of dogs. because look, I'm not gonna get into the whole story of why we have a lot of dogs, but let's just say some people are assholes, and we have a lot of dogs, and so it's good because we can alternate and take care of the dogs if we have to go do something. Well, hey, like, hey, I'm gonna be out. Can someone swing by and take care of the dogs? Let them out, and it works this way for everybody. So yeah. But enough of that bull crap. I wanted to talk about conspiracy theories. I don't really know any, to be honest. I was like, when I worked. Why did I say why I'm gonna tell? Why am I gonna tell you where I worked? It was like a little bit younger. My favorite conspiracy theory was Pizzagate. I loved that conspiracy theory. Not like what was going on, but like I just love conspiracy theories in general. You know what? Let me go on my iPad real fast and Google some conspiracy theories. One that I recently was not learning about, but seeing a lot online was the flat Earth theory, and it. Although I've never seen the Earth, I can rest assured that, if that is how you say it correctly, I can almost believe that it is not flat. And it's funny when people are like, I know a lot of people seen that one video of the guy, like, he was like, oh, if the earth is flat, then this will happen. And he had like a paper or something, and like they had to move a flashlight. And he said, if the earth is flat, I'll be able to see it or whatever. And then it turns out that they couldn't see it or something. And then he was like, oh crap, maybe the earth is round. And I was like, yeah. So, one of my favorite of all time conspiracy theories is, do we live in a simulation? Because I kind of think we do. And I don't mean that like just because it's an easy like thing to believe, but I believe we do. I completely believe we live in a simulation, and I'm not. Well, okay, so I'll explain why. I just sometimes don't feel real. Like, I've tried to explain this to my family, but I don't think they understand me. When I go to the store, maybe they are part of the simulation. I don't know. Because I think I do look a lot different than the rest of my family. But anywho, when I go to the store, or like when I wake up in the morning or anything really, I feel like it's not really me. Like, I feel like half of the day, even not even half of the day, like, I feel like, okay, I'm breathing. Okay, I'm eating. Okay, I'm walking. Okay, I'm driving here. Okay, I'm excited for something. But so I have to remind myself that I am a quote unquote real person, and that I have to, yes, I might be experiencing something, but I'm not really experiencing it, if that makes sense. Like, I'm like, my body is experiencing what's going on, but mentally I just not really grasping onto the idea that, hey, I'm a real person and I'm right here and I'm experiencing this, if that makes sense. So because of that, I feel like sometimes maybe we do. Sorry, I'm popping my fingers. Maybe we do live in a simulation. Maybe we do. Sorry if y'all can hear that. So I just, and then there's been like tests and stuff. Like, one recently I've seen is like these people were like doing something and it wouldn't go the way it should go. But when they had like an observer, they it would go correctly. And they turn it off and it didn't go correctly, and then they turn it on and then it did go correctly. And then Neil deGrasse Tyson was also mentioning something about yes, I mentioned him in the last episode too, I believe. He was mentioning something about how he believes we may be in a simulation, but then he also mentioned that he doesn't believe it as much anymore. So I believe Neil deGrasse I believe he is a Neil deGrasse Tyson. I believe he is uh a smart guy. So I believe him when he says that. But I've also seen, and I know I don't want to be that girl who's like, I've seen TikToks. No, but I've seen some TikToks of like people will show like a picture of a galaxy or something, and it will look like a nerve, or like it will look like a thought captured like on a brain wave or something, if that makes sense. And to me, that, I wouldn't believe it. Sometimes I think maybe like I take a deep breath and I created a whole universe, and maybe that was the Big Bang, if that makes sense. Maybe I had a thought and that became like a whole universe from beginning to end. But I've known a theory that if something is smaller, it takes like the bigger you are, the smaller that time go the bigger you are, time goes slower. The smaller you are, it goes fast. So I don't know if that's a real theory or not, but let's say it's hard to catch a fly because they can see faster than you can. And that's what I think too. Like maybe because the time is different, they're going fast, and my thought that I created was like a whole entire universe, and my thought itself in the beginning was a big bang, and then it turned out like because time is faster, that that whole entire universe timeline just disappears at the end by the time my thought is over, if that makes any sense. I hope somebody understands it. Like same thing when I say you take a deep breath, maybe okay, I'll give you an example. You took a deep breath and you exhale, right? All that like air that's coming out of your body is a whole entire universe. It or like whatever it is. And from the second you release that breath, there's a that was the beginning of the universe, and also known as the Big Bang. And every by the time, so you keep going, the breath is going and going and going, and like you have the beginning of a simulation, the middle of a simulation. I can't talk today. And then you have the ending of one. And then you have, by the time you reach the ending of the breath, the everything is gone, everything is destroyed. Like it will be here in our universe, like one day everything, I'm 100% sure, will cease to exist. Like it's just nature, everything is gonna have to end at one point. So if you get that, you get it. You don't, you don't. But that's my favorite theory, is the simulation theory. um yeah. The Google says, AI overview says, the theory suggests that we live in a high fidelity video game where we're all characters, and they gave me this body, and they gave me the depression. What the hell is going on here, bro? What the hell? Anywho, it assumes that consciousness can arise from any system that implements the right compute comp. I don't I don't know that word that well, but computational structures and processes. There you go. If you don't know how to read a word, just do it slowly. There you go. It says philosopher Nick Bostrom proposed the simulation argument in 2003. The evidence is statistical but inconclusive. The idea has been featured in science fiction such as The Matrix. The simulation hypothesis has been debated in philosophical discourse and regarding practical applications in computing. What's related, simulation theories and psychology focus on how we know the mental state of others. It's exactly what I was saying. Like sometimes I don't feel alive. Like I know I'm experiencing something, but I'm not really there to experience it. Which also leads me to another conspiracy theory, which I don't really believe is a conspiracy theory because I used to do it myself, is astral projection, bro. I used to, when I was younger, I used to astral project like crazy, like really bad, to the point where I sometimes, okay, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I have sleep paralysis very bad, like really bad. And that being said, I believe that maybe, well, not believe it, but I could mix up my sleep paralysis with the astral projection. But when I remember the first time I astral projected, I think it was the first time I was home with my siblings. We were all home, all when we all lived with each other, and we were with our mom. And she came home from the grocery store. I was late at night, and I remember I was like, before my mom came back, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to sleep because I'm tired. And I went to sleep. I went to go lay down on my bed, and my bed was faced like it was against the window basically. and I could hear everything. And my mom, I heard her car pull up. I was asleep at this point. I was I heard her car pull up, and I remember walking into the living room, seeing her coming out of the coming into the living room. And I remember seeing my brothers were sitting on the couch. And I remember they were sitting on the couch a very specific way, facing the TV. And same thing and everything. All right. Then out of nowhere, I feel like a rush and I wake up and I'm like, what the hell? I was just in the living room. Like I remember, and I'm like, my mom is here. What the hell's going on? And I get up and I go to the living room. My mom's already putting up the groceries, right? And I see my brothers are sitting down watching TV the same exact way that I had saw them earlier. And I remember like, oh, what the hell is I never even told my mom that this was happening. I just went straight to Google, and then I subscribed to this guy who would help me control my astral projection, but not right after. Like I would watch like astral projection stuff. But I I never really talked to people like that, but one time, this is scary, okay? Really scary. One time I left my body again, and I see at my door is a man, right? He has his arms like on like the door frame, and his like knee is kind of bent. And then when I say his knee, I mean he was half man, half like goat or whatever. Like his lower body was a goat. And I see him, and I remember like, oh my God, who is this man and why is he staring at me? Like I was freaking the freak out. And I don't like to think about it because it was really scary for me. So I remember like before it happened, I remember like every time I would leave my body, I remember I would vibrate like a lot. Like my whole body would be shaking. I would feel in my fingertips. I would leave a lot. And I and one time it happened again too. A scary one where we had moved into a different place, and I was across, like I was far, my mom's room was very far from my room. My two brothers were home with my dad. They were at my dad's house for the weekend, and me and my my mom and my sister were the only ones home. And my sister and my mom were in her room, and I was in my room, which was like I said, was far from her room. And I remember falling asleep and having the same tingly things going on my fingertips, the vibrations. And I remember someone pulling my body. They were pulling my body, bruh. They were trying to get me to go through the back door. And I, it was just really scary, honestly. Like it got to the point where they pulled my body, and I remember feeling it like it was really real. And they were pulling onto my body, and I held on to the refrigerator door, and the refrigerator door was like about to fall off, but not really. Like it was, that's how hard I was holding on to it. It's how like I was not letting go of that fridge door, because that whoever was pulling me was trying to take my body or something. They were trying to kick me out the house. So like I said, it was pulling me and pulling me and pulling me and pulling me. And I remember I kept praying. Like in that moment, I was just praying, like really hard. I was like, God, please, please don't let this get me. Please, please give me the strength to walk away. And eventually I did, and I ran back to my room and I woke up. And from that moment, I literally ran, and the back door was close to my, like it was right. You have to pass the back door to get to my mom's room. And I remember I hauled ass. I grabbed my pillow, grabbed my blanket, and I ran into my mom's room crying and explained to her. That was the first time I really ever told her what was going on. And I explained, I realized maybe I should have been telling my mom all this stuff. I did not tell my mom a lot of stuff that happened to me. And I told her what happened, and then my grandma had to come, and she did like a blessing on the house and everything. And then really ever since then, nothing really happened. So yeah, that was really scary to me. very scary to me. Um, but then after that, I'd stop having those, and I just started having sleep paralysis. Like I remember one time I was sitting on the couch taking a nap with my cousin while she was doing something at our grandma's house. I took her to go do something at my grandma's, and I fell asleep, bruh, and I was singing before I fell asleep, I think, and then I was like stuck in my body. I couldn't move or nothing, and I heard my grandma walk in through the door, and I saw my cousin. Like, I didn't see her, but I heard her talking beside me. And then I heard my grandma say, "Hey, what is wrong with her? Is she okay?" And my cousin was like, "Oh, yeah, she's asleep." And they thought I was talking in my sleep, but no, well, technically I was talking, and I was like, help me." Like, I was frozen. I couldn't move. So, and then when I finally broke free, I told my cousin, I was like, "What the hell? Why didn't you help me?" And we started laughing because she's like, "Bro, I thought you were asleep." I was like, "No, I was having an episode, bro." And one time was weird because I think I got, assaulted by a ghost. I really do think I got assaulted by a ghost because I was in my room and my cousin said they were hearing like a lot of weird stuff outside. And then and then next thing you know, I'm asleep on my stomach. And next thing you know, I just feel something going against my back, my lower back, if you know what I mean. And I'm like, what the heck? What the heck? What the heck? Like, I'm in my sleep trying to wake up. And I heard my cousin screaming and everything. And when I finally came to, I ran into the room and I was like, why the hell did nobody freaking try to help me? Like, y'all didn't hear me scream. They heard me screaming. And I was like, guys, I think I got assaulted by a ghost. And I really, to this day, I think I did. And of course, they were just laughing at me. But I don't want to think about that because I don't know what the hell happened that day or that night. So I just know I brought one of the dogs in the room with me and I turned the TV up really loud. I made sure the light was on. I don't like sleeping with lights off. Like, if anyone knows me, they know that I have to have my TV on. I have to have a fan or something on for a noise. Like, if or I'll have my Google Home play music if I can't have anything on. Like, if it's too hot or too cold. I'll have um I'll have Google Play Music or rain noises too. I used to fall asleep to rain noises, but now I just like to watch TV. But yeah, honestly, I would say I'm no stranger to paranormal activity either. But I might do that one. I might do that one later, honestly, another episode like that. Because I have some crazy stories from when I lived in Texas for a little bit. Let's just say I really like it was crazy, bro. I used to not believe in ghosts until that day happened to me. Because what do you mean nobody was in that room? What do you mean I heard someone in there as clear as day, and I could have sworn that my I don't want to call him something, but that guy who my mom was with at the time, what do you mean his mom's bookshelf fell down and nobody was in that room and nothing fell down? Because my sister and I heard it as clear as day, all right? And also there's something funny that happened while that was going on. And it was a horror movie, what would you do if this happened kind of situation. So I might get more into that later. But I wanted to give a little review on a book I'm reading right now because I see on podcasts I'm listening to a lot of people are talking about music or songs or whatever, music song of the week. And I was like, that's kind of cool, but like it's the same song from everybody. So I decided, why not do a different one? You know, a book of the week. So, like I said, if you don't know me, like I said, I'm bisexual and I love reading woman loving woman smutty books. So there's this one book I'm reading, well, technically listening to, and it's called Iris Kelly Doesn't Date. Now, let me start off by saying it is. le- Let's just say every time I listen to an audiobook at work, bruh, it always has to. Every time I'm in a room with people, it's always the smutty part that comes on. It's always very intense for me because I'm over here sweating because, of course, who wouldn't sweat if they were hearing in graphic detail what the hell's happening to these people. So, yeah. So basically, Iris Kelly doesn't date. I'm not. I'm a couple chapters left into it, so I'm not gonna give like a full honest 100%. Well, I guess I will anyway because I'm pretty sure I know how it's going to end. Let me just say, Iris Kelly Doesn't Date is a really good book, and I like it. I loved it. It's really good. In a corny way, like. But one thing I don't like, and I'm not sure how it ends, is how a girl who is similar to me, she doesn't want to be in a relationship. She just wants to have fun. And I'm not saying that is 100% me, but she just wants to have fun. And yet her family and her friends keep pressuring her that the only way she'll be happy is if she. I'm just sorry, I'm screenshotting another book I saw. Is if she falls in love with someone or has someone. And she doesn't want that. And I'm a big believer in if you don't want to be in love, then don't be in love. You don't have to be in be in love to be happy, to have a happy life. Even though I'm saying that right now and I'm depressed, but who cares what I have to say? But yeah, I like the book. It's really good. The smut part is good too, but sometimes it makes me uncomfortable. One thing I don't like about books is like, all right, so it's the cussing, the cursing, if you will, the cursing in the books. They do it like too millennial, too corny. Like when the girl was cussing in the beginning of the book, it kind of sounded like she was a teenager, if you will, and I don't want to read a book about teenagers doing that stuff. So it just kind of threw off how I thought of threw off what I thought about her. Um and so I'm just gonna say that for future people who like authors who write books. Stop saying dumb cuss words like that, bro. It don't sound good. Like she was saying like fuckity fuck. I don't know if I can say that. But who says that? Who That's so dumb, bro. Who says that? So yeah, it it just I don't like it. But other than that, here I'm gonna give you a summary of the book, which I'm pretty sure if you are bisexual, gay, or lesbian or whatever, you probably read the book. So it goes, it's literally one sentence. A fake relationship after a horrible one night stand is anything but an act in this witty and heartfelt new romantic comedy by Ashley Herring Blake. Literally, that's and it's part of a series, I think. Brightfall series, I think, is what it's called. And everyone in the friend group also has their own book. So because when I was listening to Delilah Green Doesn't Care, but I didn't care about that book. But a big part of it could be when I was at the gym, I would listen to the book. So it kind of, maybe I'll give it another go, maybe. But other than that, it's pretty good. And I like it. But honestly, my all-time favorite book, I'll save it for next time. But I mean, I'll go more into depth about it. I'll give you two books right now. It's called Sorry Bro. And this is the only book where I've listened to where it felt like I was actually there. Like it was just whoever the voice actress was for that audiobook did a good job. This is my favorite book. And I don't like rereading books, but I might re-listen because I didn't read it. I might re-listen to this book. I love it because it was one of those books where like I mean, yeah, I know I said I like smutty books, but like this one was more, it wasn't very smutty. There was nothing in there at all. Like they're like, and we woke up. That was the best night of my life, kind of thing going on. But I'll give you a quick summary about it. This girl basically worked for the news or something, and she had a boyfriend, and he proposes to her, but she's like, no, or something like that. I can't really remember. I think they had like a time thing going on or something where she needs some time to herself or something, and she ends up becoming friends with this woman at this like culture thing going on at the time where they had activities for people of that culture. And I think it was Armenian or something is what she is. And she meets this one woman and she wants to become her best friend, but she's I think at the same time she's attracted to her. And from then on, a relationship starts to blossom. But because they are part of a culture where they, that is usually looked up, down, was that how you say it? Where LGBT is not looked upon. No one talks about it. They have to hide their relationship. And she struggles with that while trying to think about her man fiance's proposal and like her life and stuff like that. It's really good. I really enjoy it because it get as someone as a Hispanic woman, it really like, and I know I mentioned earlier about my culture, but I'm not a stranger. Like I know my culture, but I'm not. I just feel like I'm not really in like in like diving deep down into it in a sense that like I just feel less like I feel like I'm not Hispanic because I'm not like I didn't grow up that way, but that doesn't mean anything because I know things about my culture and I just appreciate and I love it and I will continue to learn, which I do continue. Like I have literally tabs on my laptop about stuff that I read about my culture, and I hate that I have to learn it that way, but oh well, like at least I'm learning it. And like I said, as someone who takes pride in their culture, like the main character of the story, I just feel like I just really connect with her on that level because I love my culture so much, but I also want to love who I want to love. So I understand where she's coming from in this book, and I love it so much because it's so good. It's like so good. Like I just can't emphasize how much I love this book. So like I said, it's called Sorry, comma, Bro. I think there's a comment. It's called Sorry, Bro. And the author of the book, let me see, what the hell is her name? What is her name? Taline Vascani. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I'm sorry. Taline, Taleen Voskuni. Sorry, I don't want to be one of those people who can't pronounce the name, but I'm sorry. It's really good. I like it. But I went on Goodreads and a lot of people didn't like it. And I noticed there was a lot of Caucasian people on there and I don't think they understand that part that I'm explained about the culture thing. But hey, to each their own, I guess. To each their own. Or to each his own. I don't know how the saying goes, but yeah. I'm just gonna cut it short here. Or well, not short because it's almost a freaking hour. And I know last episode I said I will have a better topic to talk about. And I mean, I guess you could say I had multiple things to talk about. And sorry that I was so depressed in the beginning. I'm talking to you about my depression, but I'm an open book, like I said. And if somebody's going through the same thing, I hope you get better. And I don't say that like empty. I say that with a heavy heart. I honestly hope you get better. Whoever's listening to this, if you're going through any tough time, I genuinely hope with every ounce of my being, because I hate if somebody were to be feeling, sad and stuff, and I can't do anything about it. The least I can do is just give you hope, but just be thankful that if you have all your limbs chopped off, be thankful that you can still think, be thankful that you can, you know, uh still be able to talk at least, communicate. There's people out there who have it way worse than you and you don't, and they still manage to be happy, and you can, like I said, I have all my limbs, I'm healthy to a degree. I have the ability to reverse my health, so I have no reason to not be depressed, but I think it's okay at the same time if you're depressed to feel depressed because you have to let those out. You have to sulk sometimes for a little bit. And I just honestly hope, like I said, that whoever's listening to this, thank you for listening to it. And I genuinely hope you have a good rest of your life. Not day, not week, not year, a good rest of your life, honestly. Just keep your head up and read those books I told you to read if you're like me, because they are good. Especially the second one. Sorry, bro. It's really good. All right. Thank you for listening. Bye.